Okay, so here's the thing we're not considering.
Okay.
We're always like, Selena can't be the best assassin. What if all the other assassins legitimately suck?
Oh, we're back.
I'm going to have a stroke.
Sorry if you heard that expression of pain. For you, it was a day. For me, it was 30 seconds. Okay. Now, for the riveting conclusion of chapter 48 of Crown of Midnight. For those who somehow forgot, the last chapter, the last section involved us finding out that Archer is just more disappointing. He's not Archer, actually. This is some doppelganger Archer safely sailed away to begin his new life.
I believe it.
Anyways, so we found out a bunch of stuff about how Archer was actually lying this whole time, and Nehemia actually stopped working with the Resistance because the Resistance wanted to use the word keys for their own power. We find that out. Selena pretends to be like, oh, Archer, I'm so on your side. Then she tries to kill him. She totally stabs him before he noticed, except he notices and moves out of the way.
Oh, yeah. He also had Nehemia killed.
Nehemia killed. Let's not forget that. He's the one who hired Graves. Yeah, so they fight, and then while they're fighting, just really duking it out, and while in the background, Fleetfoot is definitely taking out monsters, living her own doggy life. A new monster walks through the portal. We don't know what it is. Selena, for some insane main character reason, thought it was Nehemia come back to help her and explain everything. So that's what we're picking up. That's what just happened. Let's see where this goes. Kale couldn't sleep.
I give you one.
He'd stared at the canopy of his bed, the will he'd seen on Selena's desk glaring in his mind. He couldn't stop thinking about it. He just let her kick him out of the room without telling her what the will meant to him.
This is really annoying to me. What kind of time paradoxation are we supposed to believe that we had Dorian getting that message to go save Selena and him running off to do it, and he hasn't gotten there yet?
Well, it was at a different time.
Well, no,
His
exactly.
Tower? He had to get out of his tower.
That's what I'm talking about. What kind of...
It's a long tower.
That's what I'm talking about. Is it... So did they have Selena start the process, then we cut to Dorian, and then we have all this thing with Archer, but really what happened with Dorian hasn't actually happened until after she's fighting with Archer?
Oh, good point.
If so, why didn't you just add it there?
It's been a long time.
It's been,
because she needed the drama of putting it in the last chapter so that we'd all think the first thing that came through the portal would be a monster and not actually
Fuck
Nehemia.
the drama. I'm so mad. Oh, Maas, I feel like, is... Not that she cares about the quality of her own book, apparently, but I feel like Maas is trying to put superficial drama into this book at the cost of writing something that makes... Yeah, at the cost of sense, at the detriment of sense.
Yeah.
I'm going to...
About 90% so far has been you yapping.
Yeah, well...
That's okay. Thanks for pointing that out. I had kind of forgotten the stuff with Dorian. It's been a weirdly long time. Is Kale going to take a long time to get here too?
You see, it's been a really long time. It was this chapter, though.
The thing with Dorian?
Yeah.
No, it was last chapter.
No, you read it.
Yeah, it was my last chapter.
No, but I read a chapter between the...
End of chapter 46, he grabbed his sword belt
Then what
and
happened
sprinted
in
from
chapter
the tower.
47?
47 was...
It was short. That was right. It's like 3 pages. So.
Yeah. It's when Selena gets the book, she calls Nehemia.
Oh, that's right. I did read that part because
And Nehemia has their chat, she leaves.
And then she's like, goodbye, dog.
Yeah.
And that's all she says.
And then
She
Archer
says,
shows up.
Okay. That's right. I forgot.
And then, all she says is, bye, dog. She doesn't say anything reassuring or, oh, dang it, I'm forgetting the word.
Being like, it's okay.
Absolving.
Okay, white female lead. It's okay.
It's okay.
You're okay. You're a good person. You're such a good person. It's okay that I died. It's good, actually, that the only called out POC character, died for you. This is great. I actually chose to die, so it's okay. You're a great person, Selena. I love you. You're a great person. Best person in this whole series, Selena. Oh, I hate this book. I'm going to have to look up the quote that says, like, it's so terrible, I want to give you a 0, but since that isn't an option, I give you a 1. Something like, oh.
The will meant to him.
What would you rate this book for book club? I would rate it a 0, but since that is an option, I rate it a 1.
I can imagine Lady Grantham. I suddenly forgot her name. Cora saying that.
Give you a 1.
I feel like I'm imagining it in the scene when she's telling Robert, Lord Grantham, stay away from our bed if you want, but only if you can say that you have never had an impure thought.
Never strayed. Never let a flirtation go too far.
Uh-huh. I feel like that's the scene I'm imagining it when you say that.
She's rating him, but since that isn't an option, I give you a 1. Otherwise, I expect you in my bed tonight. Oh, the writing in Downton Abbey is so good.
We still haven't made it through the first
how
paragraph.
can anyone enjoy this book on the second reread? I know the people who enjoyed the book on the first read can probably enjoy it on the second reread, but to me, I can't comprehend that. I can't comprehend that.
She can't.
Come to my...
You know what Archer can't? Believe he didn't tell Selena how this made... Kale. Oh, that was ruined. Oh, let's just get back to reading.
Yeah, let's just get
and
to
maybe he deserved her hate, but... she had to know he didn't want her money. You mean you feel like you have to tell her. It's not something she needs to know. It's something you feel like you have to tell her to do some sort of absolution for yourself.
Yeah, if you don't want her money, fucking die first, coward. Boom, easier.
You're trying to absolve yourself, being like, oh, this is for her. It's entirely for you.
You don't want her money? Give it all to Philippa, okay?
Yeah.
Bitch. I mean, bastard.
He had to see her. Oh, no wonder his dad doesn't like him.
Yeah.
He had to see her just long enough to explain.
Now, Kale, who is this on? Why are you doing this behavior? Because she has to know, Papa. It's because she has to know. No, Kale, you are trying to absolve yourself. Get some
Go to a priest.
Go to a priest, boy. Come home. I can't disown him. Oh, he doesn't have enough self-knowledge to be my son. Come back when you know who you truly are. Don't go to him, wife. He needs this. This is the toughest love I know how to do. Oh, you're going to put me in an early grave, son. I have to put all my eggs in the one basket of your younger brother, frail as he is.
He ran a finger along the scab down his cheek.
I hate it here.
Rushing footsteps sounded down the hall.
What, is it going to be Dorian coming to get back up? At least it would be Rose.
That'd be great of him to think that, maybe I should get back up.
Yeah, he'll be like, brother, I know we've been at odds, but I need your help. And I hope Dorian would be like, absolutely, we have been at odds, but I will help you in your hour of need. Mm-hmm. And then they'll say it's about Selena, and he'll be like, I'm kind of bitchy that you're here, Dorian. Can you leave? Like, excuse my girl.
No. And Kale was already out of bed and half dressed by the time someone began pounding on his door. The person on the other side got all of one knockin'. They got one knock, but they're pounding on the door. Pounded. Got one knockin'. Before Kale flung open the door, half dressed, chest on full display.
No, it's just the top half is what's dressed.
Oh.
He likes to go from the top down.
Oh, it's easier to put on the pants if you start with the shirt.
Yeah, obviously.
The person on the other side got one knock before Kale opened the door, a dagger concealed behind his back.
Man.
Dumb. He lowered the blade the second he beheld Dorian's face shining with sweat, but he didn't sheath it. Not when he saw the raw panic in Dorian's eyes.
I'm not going to give Maas a clap and a half just because I guessed what was going to happen.
Yeah, I was literally, so I already realized that's what was happening when you said it because I glanced at the next page.
Well, you have
and I thought,
advantage.
And then I was like, we're literally not going to clap for her when this happens because this chapter particularly has just been garbage. No clap.
No clap. In fact, I want to take one of my claps back. It's just like taking away your Nobel Prize. So.
No,
I won't take back a clap because whatever clap, also actually having a reason to say it was something that would be like, At least that would be a reason for him to stay. I hated you.
In Dorian's eyes, the sword belt and scabbard. Good to know they're both there.
Are they not together? Aren't they usually together?
I mean, I'm assuming you could disconnect them.
Yeah,
but then it would just be a belt.
No, but it's branded, so it's a sword belt.
Oh, of course, it's name brand. He's the prince.
Yeah, the brand is actually called sword belt. That's all they do.
The sword belt and scabbard
also do
dangling
wallets.
from the prince's clenched fist. Oh, he hasn't even put it on yet. He's like running in his night clothes. He's got a sword.
Man,
in hand.
if only both of them came down to their pajamas.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be so funny.
Awesome.
Like, they have those sleep caps on. You get to see what KR wears. It would be that meme. Who has the nightgown and who has the voluptuous feather boa robe? It would be KO. I know this to be true. I need him to show up in that. And I need...
This is why he has no personal finances.
This is why he has no personal finances. Listen, I spend a third of my life sleeping. I need to be comfortable.
I need to be comfortable.
Actually, it's my mom's. I like to keep her with me. Anyways, this book would never be as cool
funny as us.
As funny as us.
Kale believed in trusting his instinct. He didn't think humans had survived so long without developing some ability to tell when things were wrong. It wasn't magic, it was just, gut feeling. And it was Kale's instinct that told him who this was about before Dorian opened his mouth.
I hated you! It's always about that darn woman.
Where? Was all Kale said. Her bedroom, Dorian said. Tell me everything, Kale ordered, hurrying back into his room.
I hated you!
Dude, why are you hurrying back into your room? You don't need a dress. You can be in your night clothes. She's seen you like that before.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I think she's in trouble. Kale was already shrugging on a shirt and tunic, so he did start with his pants.
Damn it.
Wait,
shucks.
a shirt and tunic?
Yes, the short is the long sleeve thing that they wear underneath it. The tunic is the one that you wear over that also goes past your hips to conceal your bulge. For modesty, of course.
Modesty.
They could have used that in that Romeo and Juliet movie we watched years ago, but
Nah.
they kept their bulges out.
They kept their bulges out. And no pants.
No, they had pants.
Yep, okay, true.
They had tights.
Oh, right, there was the one scene, but it was back nudity. It was full back nudity, because it was the 80s.
Shout out back nudity. No. What can I say?
Our mother. Oh, I forgot this was in the 80s. The only thing I remember from that movie was, one, it was old and there was that full back nudity, and two, it had the actor for Severus Snape.
I don't remember that at all. I definitely remember... Well, I remember more than this because I liked that movie. But I remember being like, I remember that they showed that the Capulets and the other people, by one family, all wore blue and gray. The other family all wore red and orange.
We might be thinking of different movies.
No, there's definitely back nudity. There's also some side titty nudity.
Oh, okay.
But there's definitely back nudity in that one.
My recollection is it was black and white, which doesn't really make sense for the 80s.
It's definitely in color, the one I'm thinking of. It was black and white. It was a vintage film, even in the 80s.
It was vintage.
But it's like, I just thought about the actor for Snape so hard that I forgot color existed. Cal was already shrugging into a shirt and tunic. Then he stomped his feet into his boots before grabbing his sword. Dude, if you just grabbed your sword instead of that dagger, y'all could have been booking it already. What kind of trouble? The kind that had me coming to get you instead of the other guards. That could mean anything. But Kale knew Dorian was too smart, too aware of how easily words could be overheard in this castle. He does have a point. Like to say, it's the kind that I get you, not just anyone else.
So she's pregnant.
Oh my goodness! Am I pregnant?
He sensed the tightening in Dorian's body, a heartbeat before the prince launched into a run and grabbed him by the back of his tunic. Running, Kale said under his breath, will attract attention.
No wonder it took them so damn long to get that
No wonder. They're walking. They're strolling.
Boy, I've been running. Let's go.
I already wasted too much time coming to get you, Dorian retorted, but he matched Kale's brisk but calm pace. It would take 5 minutes to get to her room if they kept this pace. If there were no distractions.
Big-ass castle.
Is anyone hurt? Dorian said quietly, trying to keep his breathing even, keep his focus. I don't know, Dorian said. You have to give me more than that. Kale snapped, the leash on his temper strained with each step.
I don't know.
I had a dream, Dorian said, so soft only he could hear. I was warned that she was in danger, that she was a danger to herself. Kale almost stopped, but Dorian had said it with such conviction. You think I wanted to come get you? Dorian said, not looking at him. Kale stops. Dorian! Let it lie. I'm going back to bed. You had a dream. Stop drinking at night.
What happened to them being bros?
I know. This is the strongest evidence that there might still be some hope for their brodom.
Like, why can't they just be like, yeah, clearly you're in a state of severe distress. I'll help you, bro.
Moral panic, even.
Satanic panic?
Satanic panic. You think I wanted to come get you? Dorian said, not looking at him. Kyle didn't reply, but hurried his step as much as he could without attracting undue attention from the servants and guards still on duty. He could feel his heart hammering through every inch of his body.
They never sleep.
Well, of course not. They're on shifts.
The castle never sleeps.
The castle never sleeps, never ever. It'd be a waste of all this real estate. It must be running 24/7.
Oh, that's true.
He could feel his heart hammering through every inch of his body by the time they got to her sweet doors.
But you're not running?
Nope.
It must be the anxiety.
It's the anxiety. Kale didn't bother knocking and nearly took the front door off its hinges as he burst through, Dorian on his heels. He was at her bedroom door in an instant and didn't bother knocking on it either. But the handle didn't move. The door was locked. He shoved into it again. So what, they're going to find out that Dorian has magic because he's going to unlock the door or something? Selena! Her name was more of a growl that ripped out of him.
Selena.
That rippled out of him. No answer. He fought his rising panic even as he drew a dagger, even as he listened to it for any sign of trouble. Selena! Nothing. Kale waited all of 1 second before he slammed his shoulder into the door. Once, twice, the lock snapped. The door burst open, revealing her empty room. Holy gods, Dorian whispered. The tapestry on the wall had been folded back to reveal an open door. A secret stone door that opened into a dark passage. It was how she'd gotten out to kill Grave. Dorian drew his sword from the scabbard. In my dream, I was told I would find this door. The prince stepped forward, but Kale stopped him with an arm. He'd think about Dorian and his clairvoyant dreams later, much later. You're not going down there.
Dorian's
eyes flashed like hell. I'm not.
Yeah, stick it to him, Dorian.
As if in answer, a guttural, bone-grinding growl sounded from within, and then a scream, a human scream, followed by a high-pitched bark. Yip, yip. I call that a yip. It's a yip, my friend. Yips are high-pitched barks. Yip, yip.
Yip, yip, mother truckle.
Kale was running for the passage before he could think. It was pitch black, and Kale almost tumbled down the stairs, but Dorian, close behind, grabbed a candle.
Tumble down.
Stay upstairs, Dorian ordered, still charging down. If he'd had time, he would have locked Dorian in the closet, rather. Well, we know the locks are flimsy. Dorian would be out of that closet in approximately 2 hits. Probably less, because it's a closet.
It's a closet.
Rather than risk bringing the crown prince into danger, but, what the hell had that growl been? The bark, he knew, the bark was Fleetfoot. And if Fleetfoot was down there, Dorian kept following him. I was sent here, he said. Kale took the stairs by 2s and 3s, hurtling toward the hardly hearing the prince's word until he skipped too many steps.
Did it say that?
And tumbled, down the rest.
Yeah, Slay Queen.
Had that scream been hers, it had sounded Mel. But who else could be down here with her?
Oh no, bad news.
Bad news bears. Archer, he's gone.
There's another boy hanging out with Selena. He's not going to be happy about this.
Yeah.
Man, look at this shitty acrylic
also,
I have.
Also, can you tell the difference from a male and female scream from a distance when it's echoing up a long corridor?
why do I even care about, why do I keep these paints? Look at how shitty that is. It's so transparent.
It's so that you can use it for little things like this.
No, it's shitty. It will stick to itself. I'd rather use paint that has opacity.
It will stick to itself?
Yeah, like I'll paint it on this side and it will just stick together.
Oh.
I have a whole page in one of my old sketchbooks that is completely adhered to itself. Like, it's stuck.
Put some parchment in there. It's not like you're hurting for parchment.
Keep reading, girl.
Shut up.
Yeah. Shut your pie hole.
Blue light flashed from the bottom of the stairs. What was that? A roar shook the ancient stones. That was not human, nor was it Fleetfoot. But what, Imdash? They had never found the creature that had been killing the champions. The murderers had just stopped. The murders had just stopped.
I like it's this creature as if Selena hasn't, like, the Ridderback has been dead, boys. So, like, I solved that issue.
I'm so glad that this is actually a great thing for him to jump to, because it was something that important that was happening, that was a mystery that was never solved to him. I'm so glad that Maas remembered. He has no idea what that mystery was. But the damage, murderers had just stopped. But the damage he'd seen to those corpses, Imdash, no, Selena had to be alive. Please. He begged any gods who would listen. Gods actually don't listen if you just beg any one of them. They're kind of picky that way.
No, they are. The ones that aren't are like, oh, the other god will answer. Someone else will answer, and then they just don't answer, and then no one answers.
Yeah.
That's why magic needs
Kale leapt onto the landing and found 3 doorways. The blue light had flashed from the right. They ran. How does he know the blue light flashed from the right? Unless it flashed again. But it didn't say that. It said it had flashed. How had such a massive cavern of chambers been forgotten, and how long had she known about them? He flew down a spiral staircase, and then a new greenish light began shining steadily, and he turned onto a landing to see Imdash. He didn't know where to look first. Imdash at the long hallway where one wall glowed with an arch of green symbols, or at the ellipsis, the world that showed through the arch, depicting a land of mist and rock. Then it started a new. So the first 2, those were in one paragraph, but now we're getting new paragraphs for the other things he couldn't decide if he should look at, which feels very wrong to me. At Archer, cowering against the opposite wall, chanting strange words from a book held in his hands. At Selena, prostrate on the floor. Or at the monster, colon. Finally, you could have used a colon before, but now you're using a colon instead of an M-dash. A tall, sinewy thing, but definitely not human. Not with those unnaturally long fingers tipped with claws, white skin that looked like crumpled paper, a distended jaw that revealed fish-like teeth, and those eyes, M-dash milky and tinged with blue.
Oh, so like Star Wars milk.
Oh, no, the blue milk. And there was Fleetfoot, hackles raised and fangs bared, refusing to let the demon any nearer to Selena. Fleetfoot's doing nothing. Even as the half-grown pump limped, even as the blood pooled from the wound in her right hind leg. He's noticing a lot of details. Kale had all of 2 heartbeats to size up the monster, to take in every detail, to mark his surroundings. Go! He snarled at Dorian before launching himself at the creature.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank goodness. All right, takeaways for this chapter. Disappointed with, like, the shoddy craft of, oh, we were lying to you this whole time, but they weren't even good lies. Like, the lies were really shoddy, and then, like, the real reasons also shoddy. This is back from part 1 from yesterday. Selena's over-the-top acting, laying it on so thick, and Archer just eats it hook, line, and sinker. Disappointed in all of that. It was really excessive, really unbelievable. I did like that Dorian came to get Kale.
Yeah, I like that part.
I like that. I like that we could kind of have a bit of camaraderie going on kind of between them. So that was good. I didn't really like that it said Archer was cowering in the corner and reading from the book. Like, I feel like cowering is definitely a judgment call.
Yeah.
And something like that. You could have said
he's crouched.
He was huddled. He was crouched. But cowering, when you've already said that this character is a coward, like,
we'll see
and a bad thing that you're calling out as a coward. Anyways, I didn't really like that. It's definitely a nitpicky personal thing.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens, but not right now. That will be the thrilling conclusion tomorrow. Except it's not the conclusion. It's just another chapter.